let's continue our journey through the Marvel Cinematic Universe series. According to the chronological timeline of events, this is the 18th film in the Marvel series, Black Panther, released in 2018. The story picks up right after the events of Captain America: Civil War. The mysterious potion T'Challa drinks makes his veins bulge instantly, as if flames are searing him from within. Yet, as the pain gradually fades, he returns to a normal human state. Only by enduring this can he be deemed worthy to compete for the throne, and the reasons behind their struggle for the throne are quite intriguing. On the surface, T'Challa's homeland, Wakanda, appears poor and primitive. In reality, however, it is centuries ahead of the rest of the world in technological advancement. Becoming king means ascending to the ranks of the world's wealthiest individuals. This is because Wakanda possesses a resource more precious than oil, the rare metal Vibranium. According to legend, millions of years ago, a Vibranium meteorite crashed into this ancient land, permanently altering the flora. This land became lush and fertile, though the arrival of humanity would disrupt its peace. Conflict arose among Wakanda's 5 tribes, leading to constant bloodshed, until a courageous warrior witnessed a vision of the Black Panther goddess. Guided by this vision, he discovered the mystical heart-shaped herb. This herb granted him extraordinary strength and speed, and he soon united the 4 other tribes, becoming the first Black Panther. However, the proud Jabari tribe chose to retreat into the mountains. Meanwhile, Wakanda's study of Vibranium accelerated its technological progress. Yet, with the world in turmoil, Wakanda decided to protect its precious resource by concealing itself entirely from the outside world. Eventually, a fateful incident took place. The old king, T'Chaka, was tragically killed on the spot. In his final moments, T'Chaka chose to pass the throne to his son, T'Challa, hoping he would carry on his legacy of protecting Wakanda's peace. But during the solemn coronation ceremony, T'Challa faced unexpected opposition from the long-reclusive Jabari tribe. The Jabari chieftain, M'Baku, challenged T'Challa, asserting that someone who couldn't even protect his own father was unfit to safeguard Wakanda. In the face of M'Baku's taunts, T'Challa unhesitatingly accepted the challenge. Resolutely, he drank the heart-shaped herb, relinquishing his Black Panther powers and transforming into an ordinary man. Thus, a fierce battle for the throne began. At the sound of the ceremonial call, the royal guards entered the arena, carrying Vibranium spears that gleamed coldly. A simple yet solemn fighting platform appeared before the crowd. M'Baku charged forward, swinging his massive hammer with a fierce and powerful attack. Although T'Challa's shield could deflect M'Baku's strikes, the force of each blow left his arms trembling. After taking 2 direct hits, T'Challa was knocked to the ground. However, M'Baku is clearly a power-based fighter with a slight lack of skill. As the battle intensified, the guards closed in the arena space, leaving the 2 combatants with less room to maneuver, pushing the duel toward a decisive end. As T'Challa gradually fell into a disadvantage, everyone held their breath and became extremely nervous. Yet, even then, T'Challa refused to concede defeat, watching M'Baku closely for an opening to launch a counterattack. M'Baku's repeated headbutts left T'Challa dazed, his vision blurring. M'Baku's taunts unexpectedly ignited T'Challa's fighting spirit. In that instant, his inner resolve ignited, enabling him to withstand M'Baku's attack. At first, M'Baku was unwilling to surrender.
Don't make me kill you!
But as his breath grew labored, he was forced to concede and acknowledge T'Challa's victory. With this, T'Challa was rightfully crowned king of Wakanda. According to Wakandan tradition, T'Challa lay on the sacred red earth and drank the heart-shaped herb once more, restoring his powers as the Black Panther. T'Challa's veins bulged once more as a surge of purple energy spread rapidly throughout his body. Then, his tribe members covered him with sacred red soil. Only through this ritual could his spirit transcend to the ancestral plane and reunite with his late father. Upon seeing his father, T'Challa was overcome with shame and regret for failing to protect him. However, T'Chaka does not blame him, but firmly believes that his son will become a wiser monarch than he was. Unfortunately, T'Challa has not yet settled on the throne of the king, and a crisis is approaching. A group had brazenly stolen a Wakandan artifact from the British Museum in broad daylight. Determined to bring these thieves to justice, T'Challa decided to personally pursue the criminals. Before his departure, T'Challa's sister, Shuri, upgraded his Black Panther suit, cleverly storing nanotechnology within his necklace so he could transform instantly in a mere second. This suit was not only visually impressive but highly functional, capable of absorbing kinetic energy from attacks and reflecting it back, a feature that almost led to an embarrassing mishap for Chala.
Strike it again in the same spot.
You're recording.
For research purposes.
Chala, equipped with his newly upgraded suit, infiltrated an underground casino. It was rumored that the thief Clow would be there to trade Vibranium. Unexpectedly, Chala encountered CIA agent Ross at the scene. It turned out that the US government was also after this rare Vibranium and had sent agent Ross to negotiate with Clow. Chala warned Ross that Clow needed to face Wakandan justice, but things quickly went awry when a vigilant guard detected Okoye's disguise. Setting off a sudden brawl, plunging the casino into chaos. Clow tried to escape in the confusion, but Chala pursued him with lightning speed. Shockingly, Clow wielded advanced weaponry he should not have had access to. Seeing Clow slipping away, Okoye swiftly attached a remote control device to a nearby car. Once activated, Wakanda's lab instantly conjured a virtual car, allowing Shuri to join the chase from the other side of the world. Supporting Black Panther in pursuing the fleeing Clow, Clow cunningly ordered his men to scatter, but against Shuri's remote-controlled prowess, their escape was futile. She deftly maneuvered through the maze-like alleyways and soon caught up to one of the fleeing vehicles, only to be blocked by dense traffic. Luckily, Black Panther showcased his extraordinary strength and skill. Gripping the ground with one hand, he used sheer force to bend the car beside him. Then, with agile precision, he leapt and landed firmly on the car roof. With his razor-sharp claws, Black Panther tore through the roof, sending the terrified driver leaping out of the vehicle in fear. Meanwhile, Okoye faced her own challenges, a gang of heavily armed, menacing terrorists, yet their firepower proved futile. Okoye calmly climbed out of her car, using her boot's suction grip to stand firmly on the roof, and seized the moment to throw a weapon at the terrorists' vehicle. Meanwhile, Clow activated an energy cannon, which unleashed a powerful wave, disintegrating the Vibranium car into fragments scattered in the air. In contrast, the other team looked even more miserable. After Black Panther's suit had absorbed enough impact force, he used the cover of a truck to vault onto his opponent's vehicle, delivering a swift, decisive strike. But as Shuri approached a crucial turn, Clow used his usual tricks, and her remote-controlled car was instantly wrecked. Black Panther took advantage of the moment, launching himself into the air with a double spin before landing securely onto Clow's vehicle. With his Vibranium claws, he swiftly dismantled the tire. Clow attempted to fight back, only to discover that his energy cannon was ineffective against Black Panther's suit. His weapon was dismantled, and he was swiftly kicked to the ground by Black Panther. Black Panther initially intended to punish the thief on the spot, but as he looked around, he saw civilians everywhere, their phone cameras flashing. Reluctantly, Black Panther spared Clow's life for the moment and left the interrogation to Ross. During interrogation, Clow revealed a shocking secret. He knew about Wakanda's vast Vibranium reserves. Unfortunately, before they could proceed, danger struck again as the wall of the interrogation room exploded. A masked figure stormed in, catching everyone off guard, allowing Clow to escape amid the chaos. Chala had barely donned his suit when he spotted a grenade about to detonate. He immediately threw himself on top of it. When he saw the robber preparing to escape, Black Panther immediately chased after him, but unexpectedly encountered a stray bullet attack head-on. Although he was not injured, he was also subjected to severe vibration. What was even more astonishing was that the assailant wore a ring bearing the royal insignia of Wakanda. Perplexed yet sensing an underlying conspiracy, Chala returned to Wakanda and sought out Zuri to uncover the truth. Zuri finally revealed the secret that he had hidden for 30 years. The ring once belonged to Chala's uncle, Njobu. 30 years earlier, Njobu had been sent to the US as an undercover agent but fell in love with an American woman and fathered a child. Subsequently, Njobu betrayed Wakanda and helped Klaus steal Wakanda's Vibranium. However, Chaka had long planted a watcher by Njobu's side. When Njobu's betrayal was uncovered, Chaka personally confronted him, but Njobu resisted with gunfire, leading to his death at Chaka's hand. Chaka also exiled Njobu's son. That masked man turned out to be none other than Njobu's son, Killmonger, T'Challa's cousin. Killmonger had freed Klaus only to kill him personally and bring his body back to Wakanda. It wasn't until his final moments that Klaus was shocked to realize his partner was actually from Wakanda. Upon stepping onto Wakandan soil, Killmonger wasted no time revealing his royal lineage and openly challenged T'Challa for the throne. Out of guilt for his uncle's death, T'Challa reluctantly accepted the challenge. Unaware of how far Killmonger had gone to reach this moment, Killmonger slowly removed his shirt, revealing countless tattooed scars across his body, each one a marker of a life taken. At Zuri's command, the contest for the throne began once more. From the outset, Killmonger launched an aggressive assault, and the two were evenly matched, with years of combat experience. Killmonger was the ultimate fighter, going round after round with T'Challa without a clear winner. At this point, T'Challa still harbored a hope of persuading his cousin to surrender. Yet, T'Challa's mercy would ultimately seal his defeat, though he initially held the upper hand. As the fight intensified, the scales of victory tipped toward Killmonger. Disarmed, T'Challa was finally stabbed in the abdomen by Killmonger. In that dire moment, Zuri intervened, sacrificing himself to save T'Challa, hoping to end the grudge from 30 years prior with his own life. But Killmonger showed no mercy, killing the man who had helped take his father's life. But this completely enraged T'Challa, and he swung a fierce punch at Killmonger. However, he was already exhausted, and Killmonger easily dodged his attack, following up with a brutal series of blows. Although everyone present was pained to watch, Wakanda's ancient traditions prevented anyone from interfering. Finally, Killmonger hoisted T'Challa up and, without hesitation, threw him over the waterfall. In keeping with tradition, Killmonger became the new king, and even T'Challa's royal guard had to accept his rule. Killmonger then lay upon the sacred red earth and drank the heart-shaped herb, gaining the powers of the Black Panther and even meeting his long-deceased father.
What did you find?
Your home.
I gave you a key, hoping that you might see it someday. The sunsets there are the most beautiful in the world. But I fear you still may not be welcome.
Why?
They will say you are lost.
But I'm right here.
No tears for me?
Everybody dies. It's just life around here.
Well, look at what I've done. I should have taken you back long ago. Instead, we are both abandoned here.
Well, maybe your home's the ones that's lost. That's why they can't find us.
Yet, deep within, Killmonger harbored a profound hatred for Wakanda, and his first command was to burn every heart-shaped herb in existence. At that moment, Killmonger's rule seemed unshakable. He held absolute control, but he didn't notice Nakia secretly taking one of the herbs. Killmonger declared his intention to use Wakandan technology to conquer the world. T'Challa's family, desperate to save Wakanda, went to the Jabari tribe, offering the heart-shaped herb to M'Baku and asking him to defeat the Outsider King and rescue Wakanda from danger. But M'Baku led them to T'Challa's tent, revealing that a Jabari fisherman had found T'Challa downstream and rescued him. At this point, T'Challa was barely clinging to life, so the queen quickly prepared a tonic from the last heart-shaped herb and fed it to him. Under the protection of his ancestors, T'Challa miraculously recovered, donned his suit, and rushed back to thwart Killmonger's plot. Killmonger's plan was to distribute Vibranium worldwide, inciting global conflict. Though many Wakandans were horrified by Killmonger's actions, they ultimately submitted to the king's will. But now, with T'Challa's triumphant return, the Dora Milaje Wakanda's royal guard immediately turned against Killmonger. When it comes to the Wakandan king's royal guard, they are undoubtedly the pinnacle of human combat prowess. Although they were ordinary women, their skills easily surpassed many super soldiers. Even faced with Killmonger, who had taken the heart-shaped herb, they held their own. Sadly, one of the guards made a critical mistake, allowing Killmonger to seize and kill her. Enraged, Okoye and the remaining two guards launched a desperate attack against Killmonger, but with the most advanced suit on Earth, he ultimately overpowered them. Meanwhile, the Border Tribe launched a charge against Black Panther, linking their soft cloaks together to form a towering energy barrier 3 meters high. But Black Panther leapt over it with ease, landing with a deafening explosion that scattered the crowd around him. He quickly picked up a fallen spear and, in one swift motion, brought down an enemy aircraft. At the same time, the Dora Milaje surged onto the battlefield, hundreds of warriors clashing in a chaotic, intense battle. The Border Tribe leader fell to Black Panther in a single round. Realizing he couldn't defeat Black Panther, Wabi summoned something far more fearsome. At the sound of the horn, the ground trembled violently, and a mighty vibranium-armored rhino charged onto the field, sending Dora Milaje warriors flying hundreds of meters with ease. But even the power of a vibranium rhino paled against Black Panther's strength, and he wrestled it to the ground. Unexpectedly, the fallen rhino launched a sudden attack, ramming into Black Panther and sending him flying. Before he could regain his bearings, Black Panther found himself surrounded by enemies. Seeing Killmonger about to strike Shuri, Black Panther unleashed a surge of primal power, tackling Killmonger into the vibranium mine. As they plummeted through the air, they continued attacking each other. Black Panther then fell heavily onto the train tracks, while Killmonger landed in a heroic pose, both now clad in vibranium suits. Even their sharpest claws couldn't harm each other. But when Black Panther noticed the nearby stabilizer, a risky idea began to form. At his brother's command, Shuri activated the stabilizer. The stabilizer emitted ultrasonic waves, temporarily disabling the vibranium suits and exposing their vulnerable bodies beneath. With the roar of the train passing by, their battle grew fiercer. This was no longer just a clash between humans but a peak showdown between superhumans. One wrong move, and they'd be struck and hurled by the speeding train. When the train passed, Killmonger picked up a knife from the ground and resumed his ferocious assault. His knife skills were exceptional, and his rapid, dazzling strikes drove Black Panther into a corner once more. With the ultrasonic disruption about to end, Black Panther seized his chance, launching a decisive charge. At last, he spotted an opening and drove his knife deep into Killmonger's body.
My pop said Wakanda was the most beautiful thing you ever seen. He promised he was gonna show it to me one day. You believe that? Kid from Oakland running around believing in fairy tales.
As he lay dying, Killmonger finally gazed upon the beauty of Wakanda that his father had described. T'Challa offered to heal Killmonger, but he refused, choosing death over a life of bondage. Deeply moved by Killmonger's unyielding spirit, T'Challa resolved to reveal Wakanda to the world, generously sharing its technology and medical advances.
What kind of nation of farmers have to offer the rest?
To this mocking question, the Wakandans responded with only a disdainful smile. And with that, the film concluded. In a post-credits scene, Shuri was shown helping Bucky recover. Will Bucky start a new scheme that pits Captain America and Iron Man against each other again? Follow me as I guide you through the Marvel Cinematic Universe next episode. Even more exciting,